Simple correlation analysis. In real world, we come across large number of problems pertaining to two or more than two variables. If two quantities vary in such a way that movements in one are accompanied by movements in other, these quantities are correlated. For example, there is some relationship between price of commodity and amount demanded, rate of interest and amount of investment, price of commodity and amount supplied, consumption expenditure and income, etc. Such types of relationships are depicted by the analysis of correlation. Correlation is a statistical tool which helps us in analyzing the relationship between two or more than two variables. The measure of correlation, called correlation coefficient or correlation index, summarizes in one figure the direction and degree of correlation. Thus, the correlation analysis refers to the methods and techniques used in measuring the closeness of the relationship between the variables. Some important definitions of correlation are, according to Croxton and Cowden, when the relationship is of a quantitative nature, the appropriate statistical tool for discovering and measuring the relationship and expressing it in a brief formula is known as correlation. According to A.M. Tuttle, correlation is an analysis of the covariation between two or more variables. Similarly, according to Tippett, the effect of correlation is to reduce the range of uncertainty of one's prediction. From these definitions, it can be inferred that first, correlation analysis helps us in determining the extent or degree of relationship between the variables. 2. Correlation analysis contributes to the understanding of economic behavior. It helps us in locating the critically important variables on which others depend. Third, in the field of commerce and industry, the technique of correlation helps to make estimates like sales, prices, or costs. Fourth, the predictions made on the basis of correlation analysis are considered to be nearer to reality and hence reliable. Correlation and causation. In a bivariate distribution, if the variables have the cause and effect relationship, there is bound to be high degree of correlation between them. It means causation implies correlation, but the converse is not true. That is, high degree of correlation may not mean a cause and effect relationship between them. The high degree of correlation may be due to the following reasons. Number 1, correlation may be due to pure chance. For example, we may observe a high degree of correlation between age and size of shoe of a group of persons. Such correlation is called nonsense correlation. 2, both the variables may be mutually influencing each other. For example, price and demand, price and supply, income and expenditure, etc. 3, both the correlation variables may be influenced by one or more other variables. For example, a fairly high degree of correlation may be observed between the yield per hectare of two crops, say rice and potato, due to the effect of a number of factors like favorable weather conditions, fertilizer used, irrigation facilities, etc. on each of them. Types of correlation. Three most important ways of classifying correlation are: number one, positive and negative correlation; number two, the linear and non-linear correlation; and number three, the simple, partial and multiple correlation. First, positive and negative correlation. If two variables deviate in the same direction, that is, if the increase in the values of one variable results on an average in a corresponding increase in the values of other variables, or if a decrease in the values of one variable results on an average in a corresponding decrease in the values of the other variable, correlation is said to be positive. But if they deviate in the opposite direction, correlation is said to be negative. 2. Linear and non-linear correlation. The correlation between two variables will be linear if, corresponding to a unit change in one variable, there is a constant change in other variable over the entire range of the values. On the other hand, the relationship between the two variables will be non-linear if, corresponding to a unit change in one variable, the other variables change at a different rate. Third is simple, partial and multiple correlation. The distinction between simple, partial and multiple correlation is based upon the number of variables studied. When only two variables are studied, it is a problem of simple correlation. When three or more variables are studied, it is problem of either multiple or partial correlation. Methods of studying correlation. The most commonly used methods for studying correlation between two variables are: number one, scatter diagram method; two, the graphical method; third, the Karl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation; and fourth is the rank correlation method. Starting with the first method, that is scatter diagram method. Now it is the simplest way of diagrammatic representation of bivariate data. Suppose we are given n pairs of values of two variables x and y. Plot the paired values on a graph paper in the form of dots. The diagram of dots so obtained is known as scatter diagram. Lesser the scatter of the plotted points, the greater is the relationship, and vice versa. In particular, if all the points lie on a straight line starting from the left bottom and going up towards the right top, the correlation is perfect and positive. You can see from diagram 1. And if all the points lie on a straight line starting from the left top and coming down to the right bottom, the correlation is perfect and negative. See diagram 2. Now if the plotted points fall in a narrow band, there would be a high degree of correlation between the variables. Correlation shall be positive if the points show a rising tendency from the lower left hand corner to the upper right hand corner, as shown in diagram 3, and negative if the points show a declining tendency from the upper left hand corner to the lower right hand corner of the diagram, as shown in diagram 4. Similarly, diagram 5 and diagram 6 show low degree of positive and low degree of negative correlation respectively. If the plotted points lie on a straight line parallel to the x-axis or in a haphazard manner, it shows absence of any relationship between the variables, as shown in diagram 7. From scatter diagram, we can form a fairly good, though vague, idea whether the variables are correlated or not. This method, however, is not suitable if the number of observations is fairly large. Method is graphical method. Under graphical method, we plot individual values of x and y variables and obtain two curves. If both the curves drawn move in the same direction, correlation is said to be positive, and if they move in the opposite direction, correlation is said to be negative. Third method is Karl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation, a mathematical method for measuring the intensity or the degree of linear relationship between two variables was developed by Karl Pearson, a great British biometrician and statistician, and is by far the most widely used method in practice. Karl Pearson's measure, known as Pearsonian correlation coefficient between two variables x and y, is usually denoted by small r, is a numerical measure of the linear relationship between them. Karl Pearson's coefficient of correlation can be calculated by using any of the three methods. First, when deviations are taken from the actual mean. Two, when deviations are taken from the assumed mean. And third is the direct method. Now, when deviations are taken from the actual mean, coefficient of correlation R will be is equal to sigma xy over n standard deviation of x over standard deviation of y, where small x will be is equal to capital X minus x bar, and small y will be is equal to capital Y minus y bar, where x bar and y bar are the averages of the x series and y series. Sigma x denotes the standard deviation of the x series and sigma y denotes the standard deviation of the y series. N is the number of pairs of observations and small r is the correlation coefficient. Under the second method, when deviations are taken from the assumed mean, the formula for coefficient of correlation is depicted as small r is equal to n summation dx dy minus summation dx into summation dy. This whole thing divided by summation dx square minus summation dx whole square n under root. This multiplied by n into summation dy square minus summation dy whole square under root, where summation dx is the sum of the deviations of x series from an assumed mean. Sigma dy is the sum of deviations of y series from an assumed mean, and sigma dx dy is the sum of the product of the deviations of x and y series from their assumed mean, where n is the number of pairs of observations. Sigma dy square is sum of the squares of the deviations of x series from an assumed mean, and sigma dy square is the sum of the squares of the deviations of y series from an assumed mean. In case of direct method, the formula is as follows, that r is equal to n sigma xy, where x and y are capital X and y, minus summation x multiplied by summation y. This whole thing divided by n sigma x square minus sigma x square square root multiplied by again n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square square root. So these are the three main formulas and methods used for finding out the Pearson's coefficient of correlation. Now, Pearson's coefficient of correlation is based upon certain assumptions. Now, first assumption is there is a linear relationship between the variables. Number two, the two variables under study are affected by a large number of independent causes so as to form a normal distribution. Variables like demand, supply, price, height, etc. are affected by such forces that a normal distribution is formed. Third, next, there exists cause and effect relationship between the forces affecting the distribution of the items in the two series. The fourth method is rank correlation method. Sometimes we come across statistical series in which the variables under consideration are not capable of quantitative measurement but can be arranged in serial order. This happens when we are dealing with qualitative characteristics or attributes such as beauty, morality, honesty, etc., which cannot be measured quantitatively but can be arranged serially. In such situations, Karl-Pearson's coefficient of correlation can't be used as such. The British psychologist Charles Edward Spearman developed a formula in 1904 which consists in obtaining the correlation coefficient between the ranks of n individuals in two attributes under study. Suppose we want to find if two characteristics A, say intelligence, and B, say beauty, are related or not. Both the characteristics are incapable of quantitative measurements, but we can arrange a group of n individuals in order of merit or rank with respect to proficiency in the two characteristics. Let the random variable x and y denote the ranks of the individual in the characteristics A and B respectively. If we assume that there is no tie, that is, if no two individuals get the same rank in its characteristics, then obviously x and y assume numerical values ranging from 1 to n. The Pearsonian correlation coefficient between the ranks x and y is called the rank correlation coefficient between the characteristics A and B for that group of individuals. Spearman's rank correlation coefficient, usually denoted by small rk, can be computed under the following situations. Case 1. When actual ranks are given, the following formula for coefficient of correlation is used, that is rk is equal to 1 minus 6 sigma d square divided by nq minus n, where d is the differences of the two ranks, that is r1 minus r2. Summation d square is the sum of the squares of the differences of two ranks, and n is the number of pairs of observations. For calculating this rank coefficient of correlation, these are the steps we take, that is, first of all we compute d, the differences of ranks. Secondly, we compute d square, that is square of the differences, and then we obtain the sum, that is summation d square, and then we make use of the formula to get the value of the rank correlation coefficient. Case 2 is when ranks are not given. Spearman's rank correlation formula can also be used even if we are dealing with the variables which are measured quantitatively. In such a case, we shall have to convert the data into ranks. The highest or the smallest observations is given the rank 1. The next highest or next lowest observation is given the rank 2, and so on. However, the same approach should be followed for all the variables under consideration. Next, compute rank correlation using the formula, that is rk is equal to 1 minus 6 sigma d square over n into n square minus 1. Case 3. Equal ranks. In some cases, it may be found necessary to rank two or more individuals or entries as equal. In such a case, it is customary to give each individual an average rank. Thus, if two individuals are ranked equal at 5th place, they are each given the rank 5.5, while if three are ranked equal at 5th place, they are given the rank 6. In other words, where two or more items are to be ranked equal, the rank assigned for purposes of calculating coefficient of correlation is the average of the ranks which these individuals would have got had they differed slightly from each other. For calculating the rank correlation coefficient, an adjustment or correction factor is made in the formula used earlier. The adjustment consists of adding 1 over 12 mq minus m to the value of summation d square, where m stands for the number of items